It's been 5 years now almost. 5 years since the release of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. It both feels like it was not that long ago, and it was forever ago at the same time. And from the initial release of the base roster to all of the DLC that's been released over the years, it truly lives up to its name of The Ultimate Fight. And in celebration of these last 5 years, over the next 7 days, I am going to be looking back at different aspects of Smash Ultimate's history and legacy, and how it impacted myself personally. There is no denying how much of a large impact this game had on not just gaming culture, but I would argue pop culture as a whole across the entire world. But I wanted to do this as more of a reflection of myself. Everybody's experience with this game is different, from the base roster to the DLC to the many, many different ways that one could play this game. From competitive to for fun to even just the story of adventure mode. Everyone's story with Smash Bros. Ultimate is unique, and that's what makes it such a special game. And I hope with this series I can share a glimpse into what my experience was like amongst the great plethora of many stories that people have with this game. But I also don't think I just want to do a little retrospective. I also want to try to do something funny because the internet loves goofy little challenges. If I manage to hit 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel before December 7th, I will do a 12-hour live stream leading into the Game Awards as a way of saying thank you for people watching my videos. And I'll even take it a step further. If I somehow automatically gain 1,000 subscribers before December 7th, I will do a 24-hour live stream of Smash Bros. Ultimate before the Game Awards because I truly don't hate myself enough. I doubt this will ever happen, but hey, maybe the internet will pick up on this goofy challenge because, I don't know, people made Mr. Beast popular. But that's enough potential posturing. Let's just focus on this amazing game. Let's dive into the 5-year history of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. However, before jumping into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I can't really talk about it without talking about its predecessor, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. I know it might seem strange to be wanting to talk about Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U and 3DS when I'm supposed to be talking about the legacy that Ultimate had on me, but there is a reason for this. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS was released around the time I was starting my college career. I still remember the day I was in my freshman college dorm, just hanging out, and I saw that the Super Smash Bros. For 3DS demo was finally available worldwide. For those who forget, there was an opportunity to download a demo for Smash for 3DS, but you had to get a code. I don't remember the specific reasoning why this was the case, but I do know that a lot of people had spare codes that they were allowed to share with others, and then you could download it for yourself. But good luck trying to get a download code to work if you got it from an IGN article or from a YouTube comments section. Regardless, I got my hands on the demo and I started having a ton of fun with it, waiting for the release of the full game. And there was some fun with this. Back then, Sakurai still didn't reveal the entire roster of the base game yet, because he still wanted a few surprises to be awaiting for the player. But then the leaks came out, and it became clear like, oh, this character's back, this character's back, this character's back, XYZ. But at this point in time, I wasn't too concerned about who did or did not make the roster in this game, because I was just excited to have a brand new Smash game I could play with people. I have a ton of fun memories of playing Melee with my dad and my brother, and Brawl was one of the few Smash games I started making friends with. Some of my favorite memories from high school were my friends and I, being a bunch of nerds, didn't have dates for the dances, so instead we just hung out at a friend's house and played Smash Bros. And other video games. And this seemed to be no different, but instead it would be for new college friends. And that was the case. I still remember the first night that Smash for Wii U was released, and I went over to the student union and started playing with some random kids I didn't know. I didn't really hang out with that much of them after the fact, but I did make a few friends from that night, and it was a lot of fun. And heck, I wasn't hurting for playing with my high school friends again too. One of my favorite things about coming back home to visit during my college years was whenever I would visit some of my old friends, and we just played this game as well. I'd say middle of the pack considering amongst all my friends, maybe like top 5, but that was always hit or miss. But for the most part, I didn't have a Wii U while I was in college, so I mostly played the 3DS version. I have a ton of hours in Smash Run alone because there wasn't a whole lot I could do with playing online with Ultimate 3DS, as far as I can remember. When the game first came out, I initially started off as a Little Mac main because he was a character that hit hard and didn't require too much technical skill, as far as I was aware, because I was a player that was just like, hit the opponent first, ask questions never. And I figured out right quickly that doesn't really work when you're actually playing against people who know what they're doing, especially since Little Mac has no aerial game. I then switched over to Shulk. I mained Shulk for about a year, but then a new concept of Smash Bros. Came along, the DLC. Yes, modern gaming trends were finally catching up with Nintendo, and they decided to do downloadable content for brand new DLC fighters. Heck, they had just tried to jump into the Toys for Life craze a year prior, so this didn't seem that far out of left field. How did I react to all of these characters joining Smash Bros? Well, for that we'd have to go case by case, as well as what was revealed at what time. For starters, the first few characters that were DLC, Mewtwo, Lucas, and Roy, were all returning fighters, so I thought they were cool to come back, but I wasn't necessarily excited. With Ryu, my general thought was, that's cool. I don't really care, but that's a really cool get, and it makes sense why he's in this game. He's arguably the fighting character. It makes sense to have him in Smash. But before Cloud and Bayonetta were revealed, Nintendo revealed a unique twist. An opportunity for fans to make their voices heard as to who they wanted to join the fight. The Fighter's Ballot. This was a unique opportunity for Smash fans to talk directly to Nintendo and tell them who they actually wanted to join the fight. Most people took this as a joke as they kept saying, "Ugh, I want Goku in Smash, I want Shrek in Smash, I want freaking Mickey Mouse in Smash," completely missing the point that Super Smash Bros. Is supposed to be a celebration of strictly video game characters. And as soon as I saw this ballot be released and that any video game character was a potential option, my brain was opened to the greatest possibility. Sora. Like many others, I wanted Sora to join the battles so freaking bad. So when months passed and then Cloud was revealed, there was some unique buzz. I heard conflicting reports saying he was the ballot winner versus he was not the ballot winner, but regardless, I still personally had mixed feelings about Cloud. I like Final Fantasy okay, but I am far more of a Kingdom Hearts fan, so I was bummed that it wasn't my particular spiky-haired main character. But at the time, this was the closest I was going to get to a Tetsuya Nomura character that I enjoyed in Smash Bros., so I ended up becoming a Cloud main in Smash 4. And then when Bayonetta was released, and it was said like, oh, she was the most realizable amongst the characters we could get that won the Smash ballot, I kept questioning, how? Because I would consider myself fairly toxic towards other characters that weren't Sora at the time. I was still fairly young, and I was in my young and stupids in college, so I was very much that person like, it's not my character, so I don't like it, yeah. But thankfully, I kind of grew out of that phase by the time Ultimate rolled around, and can see how much of an impact this was. So I simply hunkered down and accepted Smash 4 for what it was, and how much fun I had with it with friends. And I am grateful for it. By the time that Ultimate came out, it was almost time for another change. Smash Ultimate didn't release until just about a week and change before my college graduation, so it was kind of appropriate. Smash 4 was what welcomed me into college, and Smash Ultimate was going to greet me into wonderful, wonderful adulthood. And it's because of this transition point in my life that Smash 4 will always hold a place in my heart. Not necessarily the biggest place in my heart, I still hold Melee and Brawl in a higher regard because of my history with family and friends, but Smash 4 is right there with them. And given how much Sakurai talked about the importance of the transition between Smash 4 and Smash Ultimate, I figured it seemed appropriate to give this game a little bit of the time in the sun before we truly dive into the history of Smash Ultimate and my experience with it. And with that, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Next time we're going to talk about the base roster and initial reveal of Smash Ultimate, and what that meant for me. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Please like, share, subscribe. Like I said at the beginning, if I hit 100 subscribers on YouTube before the 7th, I will do a 12-hour Smash stream, and 1,000 subscribers on YouTube before that day, I'll do a 24-hour Smash stream. So, let's see if I can play the algorithm right with stupid challenges. Until next time, may your heart be your guiding key.